What up? It's on the Sequence to Sobriety. My name is Rob, and I'm an alcoholic and drug addict. Now, according to the last video that I posted on YouTube, it was 3 months ago. So I've been away for 3 months. Let's get straight into it. So, 3 months ago, well, about 4 months ago, I guess, I started the process of a divorce. Now, let's get into the relationship aspect of this. Who knew, right, that relationships are a two-way street? So, what you're about to hear is just my side, just what I see, what I feel. And people say that there's always three versions to a story: my side, her side, and the truth. But what y'all are gonna hear is just my side, and I'm not trying to dog her out, make her look bad or anything. I'm just gonna tell you how shit that I seen from my perspective, and that's just is what it is. So, in a relationship, the type of person that I am, I like to be detallista, right? Detail oriented, little shit. I like to whatever buy flowers, write cards, just because gifts, things like that. And I did that for a minute, and I just didn't feel like she was giving it back to me. I didn't feel that same energy from her, and it wasn't as much as I wanted, I guess, because she did do it a little bit. Excuse me, god damn it. So she did do it a little bit, but it just wasn't as much as I wanted it to. So I cooled off that shit. I stopped, and then that's when the nagging started. Like, oh, you're not the same guy that I met, and you're changing, and you're this, and you're that. And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, this is what's happening. Let's fix it. And maybe we fixed it for like a week, and then it just would fizzle out again. And I just gave up. I'm just like, dude, I'm not doing this shit no more. Like, if you're not gonna put your part, why am I gonna keep putting my part? And the relationship continued because we were cool friends. Like, we it was cool hanging out, we chilled, and then just little by little, the fucking relationship just started going nowhere. Like, there was no future in it. There was like, why continue? That was running through my thoughts. I never told her. So for years, we were just like that, just friends. We were just roommates. That's it. We shared a few bills together, and it's pretty much the main reason we stayed together and shit. And so, and then February came around, the end of February came around, and we decided to go our own ways. And it wasn't as nice as I'm saying that, like, oh, we just said, oh, all right, ready, huddle, break, we'll go our own way. It wasn't like that. We had a big blowout. She fucking got wrecked, cried. I got wrecked, I cried. There's a snot bubble picture involved somewhere around there that somebody has that she still makes fun of me for, and it just is, and it just is what it is, right? But I remember, honestly, I cried. Honestly, I felt pain, and not because of the breakup, because I was gonna be goddamn homeless again. God damn it! Fucking life turned full circle on me, and back again. No homeless Rob in the house. Like, God, no house. And but I remember it was real, and I remember being at a site in Delmar, right? And I remember having to call my brother again for help. The same brother that I called in my past for help to go to rehab and like to help me out. Same brother. I always could count on this motherfucker. And well, him and his wife, I could always count on those motherfuckers. And so I called him up, and as soon as he said hello, I started bawling. I started crying because I was just like, "Fuck!" Like, I'm about to, I don't know if humiliate myself is the right word, but I'm about to like bring myself down unas rayitas and be humble and ask for some help. It's not easy. So I asked him. I was like, "Hey, dog, like, I need a paro in my relationship. Ya valió verga." He's like, "What?" I was like, "You think you can help me out? I can stay in your living room, talk to your wife, please." And when I was going through it, I was crying, and he's like, "Don't trip." He's like, "Don't cry. It's cool." He's like, "Yeah, you can stay." He's like, "But just let me ask my wife." And yeah, whatever they talked, he called me back. He's like, "Yeah, fool, you can stay when you want to move in." I was like, "Well, look, I already have something worked out with the ex. Like, I'm gonna leave March 15th. I'm still gonna help pay the rent because I felt bad of just leaving her abandoned without paying the rent because I knew she didn't have all the rent. So I was just like, whatever, I'll pay my half. She needs to stay here till April, whatever. I was gonna stay there till March 15th because she was gonna use the 3 weeks because this was the end of February. She was gonna use 3 weeks to find herself a car, and we are sharing the car at the same time. So still taking me to work and then all that shit, right? But then some stuff happened where I just had to leave, dog. I just had to bounce out the house, and I had to fucking go rent a hotel. And the shit that happened, like, when it was time for me to go to the hotel room, I fucking tripped out because we had because we had shared the same fucking bank account. So she was on my bank account. I was like, oh, this bitch gonna steal my fucking money. I don't know what she was gonna do with fucking $300, but I fucking transferred that shit to my Cash App. I was like, this girl ain't getting me, dog. They ain't childish. She ain't getting me, dog. And she fucking texted me. She's like, ain't nobody trying to take your measly ass $300, fool. Calm down. Ain't nobody want that shit. I just started laughing like a motherfucker. I was like, oh, for real? You're not going to jack me? She's like, nah, fool, I'm not going to jack you. It is what it is. I was like, all right. So I had to send it back to my bank account. Cash App takes a fucking certain amount of that shit. So I was just like, God damn it, I was out money, right? And I went to this fucking hotel room and that was whatever. And I started making and I had to rent a car. I rented a car for a week. So that fucking set me back 900 and I don't know what dollars for a week. A car rental for a fucking week, dog. Plus the hotel room, plus whatever. That's all my fucking savings I had. I was like, God damn it. And so I put myself into zero money. Luckily, I was able to have enough money to fucking rent the car, rent the hotel room. And when all that shit was up, I went to my brother's house. I moved into my brother's house. And I was sleeping in the living room. I just couldn't believe my life. I was like, fuck, I'm fucking homeless again, dog. Like, I had a roof over my head, you know. They welcomed me into their house with open arms. They're like, don't trip, aquí estás en tu casa, this and that. But it sucks because, not that it sucks that they help me out. It just sucks that, like, fuck, I have to get used to their program. I have to work around their schedule. Like, I work early in the mornings, you know. I fucking leave for work at 4 in the morning. Like, I have to go to bed early and I have to sleep in the living room. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm inconveniencing them. And but they were cool with it. They worked it out, you know. Like fucking my sister-in-law fucking cooked all the time. Fucking always had a hot meal ready for us when we got home. Like, fuck, I got treated good, dog. Honestly, I got treated a little bit better than I got treated at home, if I'm being honest. And it was awesome. I loved coming home to that shit. And so I started doing my own thing, you know. Started saving up money. I needed to get my own place. I needed to get out of there. And at the same time, I was trying to figure out the process to get divorced. And luckily, the ex, she fucking handled all that shit, right? But I'll get to that right now. I was just going through the motions, dog. I was just like, fucking, fuck it. I just got to go through it. And my goal was to get out of there in like 3 months. I think I got out of there like in 2. So I was just going through the motions every day, waking up, going to work, just hating my life because I don't have my own place. And it sucks not to have your own place. No, me, like, si quiero cagar a gusto, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to, like, worry about somebody else has to use the bathroom, or I want to shower, I don't have to worry about somebody else having to shower. Like, shit, just little things like that, dog. And so I was just, like, counting down the days. I was like, all right, 59 more days, whatever, how many days left. And then I was barely saving up, and I didn't have enough, dog. And luckily, there was an account that I had that I didn't think about, but I was doing a debt consolidation, and I had 1,900 in that account, and because that money is mine, you know, and I could take it out whenever I wanted. I just didn't know. I didn't think about it, and I was like, oh, and just when it hit my mind, the light bulb went off, and I was going to grab the light bulb and take a fucking hit, so the light bulb went off. And I was like, dude, I could get that money out and it could help me. And sure enough, I got that money out and it helped me fucking to get a fucking down payment or a deposit for an apartment. And I started looking for apartments and shit. And I was just like, fool, I got to do my fucking own thing, you know? And then while I was doing that, well, they actually went and started the process for a divorce. And I was like, a la verga. This is like happening. Like, it was going to happen no matter what. But when the paperwork started going through, I was just like, okay, this shit's real. Like, let's get it over with. Because, like, and it sucks that going through a divorce is harder than getting married. Like, why do they make it so fucking complicated? Like, dude, like, it should be, when you get married, you just sign the paper, boom, you're married. Right here, you got to do all kinds of official paperwork, and you have to share each other's assets, and we have to exchange paperwork with each other. And it's just time consuming, you know? I already had to take 2 days off of work for this shit. It sucks. So so let me go back. I know I'm just jumping everywhere right now. So I'm back. I'm saving money. I'm trying to get my own apartment. And finally, I find the place. The lady told me, she's like, you're going to move in this certain day, which was a Friday. And I was like, perfect. I'm ready for it. And then she called me up on the Monday before that Friday to move in. And she's like, hey, if you want to move in on Thursday night, it's perfectly fine. We'll give you a day for free. I was like, hell yeah. I remember all I brought with me, all the only things that I fucking owned in this world was an air mattress, and that's all I fucking goddamn. That's all I fucking owned in this whole world was a fucking air mattress. God damn it. And I don't even own my own work uniform. Just work. My work boots. Well, I guess those are mine technically, but work paid for them, so I didn't have nothing of mine. But I brought the air mattress with me. I fucking set that shit up on the floor. But it felt good to be at home. It felt good to have my own place. Finally, I wasn't homeless no more. I had a fucking roof over my head. Had somewhere to take a shit, a gusto. Somewhere to shower, a gusto. It felt so good. And I got myself I call it an apartment because it has a little bedroom and the little living room and kitchen, but it's mostly a studio than anything. And it's a nice little place, nice little neighborhood. And I'm fucking chilling, and I'm going through this process of the divorce. And sometimes I be tripping out because it doesn't come fast enough. It just doesn't come fast. It's been so long, like, and then plus our work schedules, my and my ex's work schedules, like we try to like figure out, or we tried to figure out when we could do it, and so we finally picked a day, which was today, and we finally, I guess that's why I'm all happy and shit that I'm able to come make the video. Finally, we went to the court today in El Cajon. Went in, we talked to a free lawyer, got the help we needed. We filed everything out. The ex is the one. She's the one that was the petitioner for everything. So she had to pay for the divorce. I was like, yup, that's what you get. But then, fucking, me and her have some other like bills that we have to pay together, and it was pretty much the same cost. It was like $450 for the bill me and her have together, and it was like $468 for the divorce. So she was like, you know what, you just pay for that, I'll pay for this, call it even. And I was like, call it even. We don't have to talk anymore. This is the last time we see each other. Like, it's over. Finally, I could fucking close the chapter, close the fucking book on that part of my life, and finally move on. And it's nice. And honestly, it feels good because now I'm able to move on, and now I'm able to focus on other relationships. And it feels good that I'm finally like free from that. I don't have nothing tying me back to my past. Now I can just focus on me, focus on my relationship, focus on my work. I mean, well, I don't know what else I could ask for. Like, this is, and I feel like my old me again, where I actually started caring about myself again. Now I could do things for myself, and I don't have to fucking do this fucking worse. I don't have to ask if something is trash. Like, is this piece of paper? I'll grab a piece of paper, I'll throw it away. Me reclaman. Hey, why are you throwing that shit away? I was like, because it's been fucking there for 2 months and it's trash. Well, no, I need it. Like, I don't have to deal with that bullshit no more. And it's nice. I can make my own decisions again. It's nice. Well, for now. But so that's what it is. That's the update. Your boy officially separated, but I am engaged to the love of my life. I met the love of my life. It trips me out because I never really was like a believer of this, pero dicen que no es el tiempo, es la persona, right? Because I thought like, oh, you can't be in love with the person and this has been with them forever. And honestly, that's not the fucking case, dog. That is not the case whatsoever. I learned with my girl, with my fiance, that it's how they treat you, dog, and it's how they want. It's the actual fucking like that they put from their part, and she actually lets me feel heard, feel seen, feel wanted. Like, she still flirts with me like this, like we go through shit together, and like she makes me feel like she actually wants to be with me, and that's the shit that I thought it was awesome. So your boy working through a divorce, engaged, gonna get married next year sometime. Life is great, dog. I have nothing to complain. My bills are paid. Got a fiance. Fucking relationship with my family is stronger than ever. Like, dude, life takes twists and turns, and you end up back where you fucking need to be. And it's a trip. It trips me out how life works, but I'm glad that it's working for the best, dog. I never thought I would be in this type of position where I actually cared about wanting to be with someone, that I actually cared about a future where I could have a family, like, but like for real. Like, there's an actual opportunity for me to have a family and actually live happily ever after. Like, I know it's crazy to think about, but it's, it's happening. So that's my update video. Going through a divorce, but I found the love of my life. I'm engaged. I'm about to do my thing. We're gonna start a family. We're gonna do all that good stuff, and I'm gonna start getting back into the stories. And realistically, I want to drop a video. Excuse me. I want to drop 1 or 2 videos a week max. Because before I was doing it every day, and to be honest, it burnt me out a lot. It started feeling like a job. I don't want. I don't want this to be a job. Unless I'm getting paid, but I ain't getting paid. So, and then talking about getting paid. Like I tried. You know what? Like discouraged me a lot too was, um, hitting people up for doing interviews. Only one person came through, and that was the homegirl Vanessa, and I appreciate the fuck out of her for doing that shit. But I wanted to interview people, and there was like people I went to rehab with, or just random people, and like some people just read my message, left me on red. Those other the ones who hit me back up and were and straight up told me like, nah, I can't do it, dog. They were like, nah, I can't do it. I can't sit in front of the camera. Like I get it, you know. It's not meant for everybody. But I mean, I just thought it was cool to tell people stories and shit like that. But then those other people that just straight up bitched out, like leaving me on red, like that shit's a discouragement, you know. And I was just whatever. But back at it, life problems, interview problems. But I ain't gonna focus on that shit no more. I'm just gonna tell my story how I'm supposed to tell it. And now I'm just rambling, so I'm gonna kill it right here.